blockchain and crypto space has a ton of upside potential and room to grow. But one major issue that's stopping us from onboarding the next billion users and taking over how we use the internet are exploits, hacks, and common vulnerabilities. In today's video, we're going to be going over the incorrect access control vulnerability and how to mitigate it. My name's Anthony with the Blockchain Dojo, where we turn you into a blockchain ninja and a Solidity expert. If you learned something new, please like and subscribe for more content. Let's get started. So what is the incorrect access control vulnerability? What this is essentially is similar to unauthorized access, where ultimately we're not putting the correct modifiers and require statements on our functions that are critical to the performance of the smart contract. One pretty basic example of this is not putting the proper require statements for only the owner to call, like a withdrawal function, for example. This vulnerability actually led to a pretty big hack a few months back. This vulnerability actually led to an exploit where an arbitrage trading bot made $1 million, and then a bad actor came in, reviewed the smart contract, and noticed that they were able to pass in their own address into the function because there weren't the proper modifiers. Let's dig into an example. This is an example of a bank smart contract where we set the owner as the deployer with this in the constructor of the owner equals msg.sender. And then we have a mapping of users' addresses to their balances. We also have a deposit function, which allows users to deposit their balance. And then we have a withdrawal function. So in a typical bank contract, any user would be able to withdraw their own funds. With this right here, we have an incorrect access control where only the owner of the smart contract can withdraw the balances. So ultimately, we're essentially locking up funds, we're just locking up the funds, making it inaccessible for the users to access their funds with this incorrect access control modifier right here. Do want to point out as well, there is a reentrancy issue with having the balances of msg.sender underneath the external contract call, as well as we shouldn't be using .transfer, we should be using .call. So a quick way to mitigate or fix this would just simply be to remove this require msg.sender is equal to owner. That would be a simple way to fix this contract. Another way to mitigate these issues would actually be to test your contracts fully for the fail cases as well as for the success cases. So that was an overview and explanation as well as mitigation steps for the incorrect access control vulnerability. If you learned something new, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more content.